Ms. Tucker, more people have invoked their Fifth Amendment privilege against self-incrimination in this job than they did in my former job. And I was a prosecutor, so that's saying a lot. And two of them are current government employees. And just so there's no misunderstanding, they're invoking their Fifth Amendment privilege in connection with their official duties. We're not discussing bank robberies or narcotics trafficking. We're discussing their official duties, and they feel the need to invoke their Fifth Amendment privilege. So I want to ask you to do something for me, okay? Have you seen the text from Mr. Roseman?
Yesterday, when the committee released the report, yes,
okay.
sir.
So you have seen these despicable, homophobic slurs.
Yes, sir. I saw the information in the committee report.
Well, here's what I'm going to ask you to do. For me and, frankly, for our fellow citizens, before the close of business today, if you can, issue a statement on behalf of the IRS as to why he's still employed and still drawing a paycheck. If you've seen the text that I have seen, I would like an explanation as to how you can keep your job if you say things he said in your official capacity. Can you do that? Can you explain to us how you can keep your job and your paycheck despite these homophobic slurs?
Sir, if I might, as I said in my opening statement, based on the information in the committee report yesterday, I am sickened.
All right.
I appreciate that,
Ms. Tucker.
Not only as an IRS official, but also
really
as a citizen.
I appreciate that. My question was actually a little more specific. Can you issue a statement by 5 o'clock today as to how someone who used this language in their official capacity as a government employee is still employed and drawing a paycheck? Can you explain that to us by close of business today?
Sir, if I might, we are having discussions at Internal Revenue Service.
How long do you anticipate those discussions are going to last? Because I just read the text this morning, and I've already reached my conclusion. So how long do you think it's going to take you all?
So we are having discussions with our general counsel.
How about close of business tomorrow?
So we're going to do our very best to follow due process, but candidly to also make sure we do this appropriately, because I think the committee's aware of the federal personnel rules. And if
this doesn't violate them, Ms. Tucker, then we need to change them.
Yes, sir. We are doing everything we can to make sure that we follow the proper procedures.
I'm going to be anxiously awaiting an explanation as to how you can say what this person said in your official capacity and keep your job and keep your paycheck. I will anxiously await that explanation. Mr.
Yes,
Castillo, yes, why did Mr. Roseman invoke his Fifth Amendment privilege?
I have no idea, sir.
You don't know? You don't know what conduct he could be worried about?
Well, I think you spoke about one of them, but no, sir, I don't know why he did, and I wish he was here to speak about some of this.
Well, we do too, Mr. Castillo, but he's not, so I'll direct my questions to you.
Okay.
Did you discuss his invoking his Fifth Amendment privilege with him before today?
No, sir, I did not.
When's the last time you talked to him?
Before February 20th.
Do you know what criminal exposure he's concerned about?
No, sir, I don't.
You don't have any idea?
No, sir.
Did he ever solicit gifts from you?
No, sir, he did not.
Did you ever offer gifts to him?
I think it's noted in the...
well, humor me and answer it again.
So we went to a ball game around the 2005 timeframe when I worked at Government Acquisitions that he paid for. I gave him a receipt. And
has he discussed employment with you post-IRS?
No, sir, he has not.
Will you describe the nature of your relationship with Mr. Roseman to us?
I would say that it's centered on my doing business with the IRS and his for 10 years or so.
Did you discuss contracts that you were competing for or interested in with Mr. Roseman prior to the issuing of those contracts or the awarding of those contracts?
Not to my, well, I'm not sure I understand the question, sir. Did we discuss contracts beforehand?
I'm trying to figure out whether or not you violated any of the bidding procedures, whether or not he gave you an unfair advantage if you were seeking work that other people were also seeking.
No, sir, I'm not aware that I have an unfair advantage in any of them.
How about any advantage, unfair or fair? Did his relationship with you give you an advantage?
No, sir.
You've never discussed future employment with him?
No, sir.
Well, this is my last question because my time has run out. Mr. Castillo, have you read the text from Mr. Roseman?
I have read them, sir. I provided them to the committee.
All right. And you still say he's your friend?
So, to be clear...
No, I want you to be clear because I just read them, and I want you to be clear. You've read them. You know what's in them. The homophobic slurs in his official capacity. Y'all still friends?
I'm deeply offended. As you're aware, those were targeted towards me.
Yeah, I am. That's why I'm asking you.
So I am offended. If you can appreciate that he's the customer, and it's not my job to go around correcting what the customer does or doesn't say. Do
you think it's appropriate for a government employee to say those things about someone?
No, sir.
In their official capacity?
No, sir.
How long would it take you to get rid of an employee that said that?
Well, I think it's well noted of some of the employees that we've terminated. It would not take me.
Yeah, for a lot less.
It would not take me until 5 o'clock.
You did it a lot quicker for a lot less.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Gowdy, if I might, my folks that are here in the room believe that the specific text message that you're referring to, we actually have not seen yet at IRS.
Would you like me to walk them down to you?
I would like at some point to receive those. But let me just be clear. When I said that I was deeply disturbed, that was based even on the text messages that were already in the report.
Well, here, let me make sure that you get them before you leave. Because if you thought you were deeply disturbed, you may reach a whole nother level of disturbia.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate that.
Thank you. The chair now